Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Karen About Wrestling. I'm your host, Karen the Intern, and we have an excellent show in store for you this evening. I'm so very excited, but before we talk about that, I'm just going to let you guys know that you can get your tickets for all the live events at 365prowrestling.com, so get your tickets now. We're always looking for volunteers, and we're always looking for students at the Pro Wrestling Academy. If you're interested in either of those, reach out to us through all of our different social medias. And of course, like, subscribe, and comment. So, all right, you guys, without further ado, student of the Pro Wrestling Academy had her first match against Kasha on the 18th. My guest for the evening, the lovely Bella Valentine. Come on over.
Oh, beautiful.
Hey,
Mwah. How are you? Oh my gosh. Jinx, I love it. I'll be Diet Coke after.
Okay, we're off to a good start.
I'm wonderful. Anytime I'm with you, wonderful time.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, so I have so many questions for you. Your fans want to know a lot about you. You've been with us such a short time, but you already have tons of fans, and they just want to know everything about you. So, are you ready to hang out with me for the next half hour or so and talk about all of it?
I love to yap, so anytime. Let me tell them everything. I'm an open book.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so
Pause. I need you to scooch that way just a bit more.
Okay, cool.
should we start over?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, it'd be nice. Oh,
Okay, you'll do a little editing.
I'll do a little editing because that intro was perfect.
Okay.
And
So I'm going to get right into it. You had your first match with Kasha on the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
I have purposefully avoided any social media about the event because I want to hear it right from you. I want to hear every detail. How did it go? What happened?
It was incredible. Honestly, like when they talk about the feeling you get in the ring, people have always spoken to me about it and told me how incredible it feels. But really, like it's undescribable. It feels like falling in love for the first time. It feels like first kiss after a great date. It feels like your favorite chocolate cake. It feels like the best day of your life. Like the moment you're in there and you meet all of the fans and everybody's cheering you on, it's just, yeah, I honestly, I get emotional talking about it because it was just one of the most beautiful moments I've experienced in my life.
That's so fantastic. I'm so happy for you. What a great milestone in your career to start off with. So tell me about the match itself now. So you faced off against Kasha.
Yes.
And she's a formidable opponent, I would say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, she may be little, but she is quick. So I had to keep on my toes there. And she is a little sassy. She's always trying to not lock up with me, which I wouldn't want to lock up with me either. I'm pretty tough. But you know what? We rolled around, we hit the ropes, and at the end of the day, I showed her who's boss. Bella Valentine.
You came out on top for that match.
Absolutely.
And how did that feel when you realized that the ref just counted the 3 count and the bell rang?
I hit that X Factor and I felt like the most beautiful girl in the world. It was incredible. I had a lot of my girlfriends from out of town had come to visit me. And we're in the front row. My family was all there. And now my new family and my new fans were there. And yeah, it was the most beautiful moment. Like it was just, I've never felt my light shine that bright.
Oh, that is just such a lovely thing. And isn't it true so much about the whole wrestling world? I mean, obviously you're in a class with a bunch of other students who are having kind of a similar experience to you, getting to do this for the first time. And isn't it just, it's just so awesome that there's such community around it, and it's like you described it as family, and what a unique experience too. Also, because you're like throwing somebody around in the ring, and then you're like, love. That's so cool, right?
Truly.
Yeah. So we were talking a little bit pre-game before the interview, and you said that some of your fans were saying some like really great things about kind of how you're representing and, you know, the kind of body positivity that you're coming to the ring with and how they're responding to it. So why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. So first off, I want to say I am incredibly blessed to have incredible gear designed by my lovely friend Haley. She did an incredible job. And yeah, I'm known for my pleated skirts, so my gear always has pleated skirts. But yeah, generally, a lot of people came up to me after the show and told me, you really inspire me because I'm not a petite girl. I'm thick, but there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And I spent a lot of my life feeling like I needed to dress a certain way because of my size, or I think all women feel that way at times.
So true.
You feel like you need to look a certain way, you need to act a certain way, you need to be a certain way, you need to fit a certain size. And um, I was diagnosed with PCOS a couple years ago, which makes it very difficult to lose weight. And I had done a lot of work to lose weight. And when I found out that diagnosis, I actually had a really freeing moment. And I thought, I'm never going to be that thing I felt like I needed to be. But for the first time, I saw all the things I actually loved about myself and my body. And I want to wear whatever I want to wear. And I want every woman to wear whatever they want to wear and dress for them. Because as much as I know boys enjoy how I dress, I dress for myself. I dress to look like a Bratz doll. I dress like Barbie. I dress to impress, but impressing me first.
Of course, of course. That's such a great story and such a great message to bring. I mean, we've always as women suffered a lot, and society's really like set up to make us feel crappy about ourselves, right? And then so now we as women are just like supporting each other and saying none of that matters. Everybody is beautiful. Let's just be celebratory about the fact that we're all like living our dreams and doing all this really cool stuff with our lives, and let's stop focusing on what everybody's body looks like, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the amount of people I know who don't pursue their dreams because they feel like they need to look a certain way. Well, let me tell you, if your dream is to be a pro wrestler and you feel like you don't have the look or you feel like you're not there, girl, you could do it. You could do it. Please come roll around with me. All I want.
That's such, I just love that so much. I really, really do. And I'm really glad that you and others are bringing that to the pro wrestling world. Because there isn't really a lot of ladies doing it either. That's the other element, right? It's like you're definitely in the minority. And do you feel like there's any pressure? Well, we just talked about like being a certain way or whatever, but like, are you worried about being like overly sexualized, or like having that kind of attention? Or is that like, are you okay with all of that?
I'm okay with all of that.
Okay.
I'm not someone who's bothered by any of that. My fans are my fans.
Yes.
And I'm lucky enough to have young female fans. I am happy to have older male fans. I am lucky to have fans at all. I'm just grateful to anyone who's cheering for me. And yeah, I'm going to dress the way I'm going to dress.
Love it.
And I hope you like
Love
it. And if you don't, I don't care.
No, I think that's so perfect. That's so perfect. And let's face it, like a lot of the dudes in wrestling are not really wearing a whole lot of clothes either.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Not that I mind that.
all right. So let's think back to Bella as a 10-year-old kid. And what would you tell your, how would your 10-year-old self react to you being a wrestler and just having had your first match?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. She would have probably, first off, I think at first she would have been in shock. She would have been like, why are we not on Broadway yet?
Oh, okay.
I had big dreams of being a Broadway star when I was younger, and I'm very glad I did not pursue those dreams and found wrestling instead. But after that shock, I think she'd think I'm awesome. She'd love me. She would see all the things she was afraid of and all the things inside of her that she never let out there.
Oh, little 10-year-old Bella out there. Yeah, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. So what advice would you give that 10-year-old version of yourself?
I would tell that 10-year-old version that all that love that you're begging for, you're looking for, it's all going to come for you when you start loving yourself. And when you start loving yourself and when you surround yourself with the people who actually appreciate you for you.
That is really, really good advice, right? You got to love yourself. You got to love yourself.
It's both. It's about loving yourself. And when you love yourself, you don't let people treat you badly.
So true. You got to know your own self-worth.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, for sure.
Mhm.
That's great. So how will you know when you've made it?
You know what? I look, if I don't think of things in that terms, I would say, all I know is that I wanna roll around and I wanna fight in my fun little outfits as long as I can with whoever I can. And that for me, I've already made it in my mind. As long as I can bring joy and I can be pushing myself to be better and I'm getting better every single day, that's where my dreams are, you know?
I love that. I love that. Yeah. So, but I mean, is there like, if you could think of like kind of an ultimate wrestling goal, is there like particular show you might want to be on, or like a wrestler maybe you might want to team up with out there?
You know what? There is a ton. I think that we're so lucky in the Pacific West, Northwest, that there's so many incredible women in this area that I would love to wrestle. Like for me, my goals are more around finding chances to wrestle certain opponents. I mean, I would love to wrestle Mira one day from Portland.
Yes.
She is so strong, but I'd like to take her on. I would love to wrestle Cherry Blossom,
So
another princess, another pink princess, girly girl. We would have so much fun. I would love to wrestle Nicole Matthews. She's a little spooky. But I absolutely, of course, formerly on your show before, I would love to wrestle Rose. You know,
right?
she
Yeah.
came before me at 365, and it would feel very full circle to be able to have a chance. Her and Becky Beach, of course.
Oh, can you imagine all three of you in some kind of a 3-person match of a
Oh my gosh, we'd kill everybody. It'd be amazing.
heads would explode. I'm fairly certain that's what would happen. So, what kind of motivates you though to kind of get out of bed every day and get up and do all this hard work? And
Yeah, I mean, I practice a lot of gratefulness in my life, you know. I haven't always had the easiest life, and from the things that have happened in the past, I've kind of always come to find that every day is a blessing, and every day I'm grateful to wake up and to love myself and to work hard and to push myself. I'm not motivated by getting better than other people or anything. My motivation really comes from within, and it really comes from a true love of wrestling. Like I remember the first time I even came to a class and I was not good. Um, I remember I never felt the way that I felt when I was in that ring. And the family that I found in 365, I'm very self-motivated and motivated that every day I get better for me and I become the best that I possibly can. And I mean, it's wonderful that I already have fans who appreciate me and I just want to make those people proud. That's what's important to me.
that's so good. Yeah, you're in it for the fans. Like that's really like 365 is nothing without all you guys out there.
Truly.
That's the truth.
Truly.
Yeah. So like and subscribe. Leave a comment. All right. So who do you think besides yourself, I guess, has the best in-ring attire in 365?
Oh, that's hard to say. But again, mine's pretty great. I'm trying to think. You know what? I really like Inferno's attire. I really like his shoes. I love the flames. Again, I really love Rose's attire.
Yes.
She's got great attire. Um, yeah, I would say those two.
Yeah, definitely.
I also obviously have an affinity to red, and both of them have red gear. So maybe that might be a personal preference.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So, yeah, we talked about who you'd like to wrestle, but who in 365 would you like to be in a tag team with?
Oh, yeah. If I could be in a tag team, I would absolutely be in a tag team with Becky Beach, 100%.
Yeah, that'd be so fun.
Yeah, I would love to tag team with Vico.
Yeah.
I would love to tag team with Eddie.
Yeah, that would be pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really open to anything, you know. I'm an all opportunity woman. I love everybody and I'm happy to work with anyone, really.
That's sweet. Yeah. I just had the vision when you said any of you guys like shotgunning beers.
100%. I'll take a White Claw personally.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Or a buzz ball.
Okay.
I don't know if you know these.
No, I
Buzz
don't.
balls. They're like a tiny little ball. They look like an ornament, and they have a chocolate milk one, which I'm a milk girl. I love milk, strawberry milk, chocolate milk, just plain milk. I be drinking milk. Let me tell you. So I would have the chocolate buzz ball milk, and he'd be shotgunning his beer, and it would be great.
That would be great. That would be great. Yeah. I think people would very much dig that. Okay, so we talked a little bit about that you kind of came from like a Broadway type background or like musical theater and that kind of stuff. But like, what got you like? Where did it change to like I'm going to be a wrestler? Like, where did that? What happened in your brain in that moment where you just went that way?
Yeah. So where I kind of changed directions, I would say, is I was after COVID. I had kind of fallen out of love with musical theater. I had found it was a lot about the way you looked. And I I have kind of a big personality. And I'm a curvaceous girl, and I like to dress the way I like to dress. And there was a lot of judgment in musical theater. And I didn't want to continue to be a part of that. And when I found wrestling, it also combined a real passion of mine, which is weightlifting, and I love going to the gym. So being able to combine my passion for the gym with my passion for performance was incredible.
Amazing. Well, that's great. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of shall we say theatrics in the wrestling world for sure. All right, so believe it or not, we're already at our first commercial break.
Oh my God, I know that one. Time is flying by. You know, for it.
Okay, so you guys don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with more Karen About Wrestling and Bella Valentine. And we are back. I'm Karen the Intern. You're watching Karen About Wrestling on the 365 Pro Wrestling YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, leave some comments. And I'm here with Bella Valentine tonight. Oh my gosh. So we have been talking a lot about wrestling. We're going to be talking a little bit more about wrestling. Best and worst parts of training. I mean, you are in training.
Yeah. The best parts of training, the days you really see that progress, you know? There's bad days where you don't see the progress and nothing lands correctly and you're in your head and it's hard. But the days where you finally like you nail that move, or everything's just it's going together fluidly, or you're just flipping correctly, or jumping, you're hitting that move great, and everyone can see it and you can feel it and you're in that moment and you're present in that moment. That's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. No doubt. And what about kind of worst parts? I know you're a very positive person, so I'm sure it's going to be difficult to like think about the worst parts, but is there something that's particularly challenging for you?
Yeah. The worst part when it ends. No. No, I won't be that terrible. I have hard opinions. I may be really nice and positive, but I definitely have hard opinions about things. They may change constantly, but I do have hard opinions. Parts I'm not always loving. I am not, well, I feel blessed that I am continued to be pushed in my cardio, but cardio is hard.
Yes, it is.
And I'm not a huge fan of running. But it is the best way to get your cardio up. So I have started doing sprint training at the gym. And I hate it immensely. I hate it. I don't look good running. I wish I had what Tom Hanks has. He looks so great when he runs. And Tom, no, I'm saying the wrong one. Tom, from Mission Impossible.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. That's what I meant.
Because I was thinking Tom Hanks, I was like, Forrest Gump?
Yeah, when he ran in Forrest Gump, I was like, that guy looks good. Good. No.
Tom Tom Cruise.
Cruise. I wish I had Tom Cruise's running ability. He looks great when he runs.
He does. But he's also rich and he probably just gets to just train 95 hours a day and not have to.
Yeah, you still have to do it though.
That's fair. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, that's fair. Cardio. I'm not a big fan of cardio myself. I'm more of a like to do maybe some planks.
Yeah,
Not really for the running. More.
I
for
love
the,
planks.
Planks are great, right?
Yeah, I feel so powerful when I'm planking. I'm also a weirdo and I watch TV at the gym instead of listening to music.
Okay.
So if I'm planking and like I'll put on like a Real Housewives fight and it'll be like you're like feeling the burn, but you're also feeling the heat of the fight,
Okay, so you just brought up Real Housewives. I am a fan. Which franchise is your favorite?
Oh my gosh, Salt Lake City.
Of course. I'm just watching Salt Lake City.
It's so good. It's so good. They're wild. Honestly, and I'm just saying this right now. Anybody would like Salt Lake City. It is the wildest.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And Jen Shaw. I mean, that whole thing.
Honestly, not fun. What can I say?
So
Girl boss.
Shaw amazing.
Shaw amazing.
We really bonded there, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now I know. Now
Now
I
be
know.
a third.
Yeah.
Third.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? It's 365. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about wrestling. I know we have a little side quest there to talk about Housewives, as you do.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about your finishing move, which is the
X Factor.
X Factor. So what is that like? Could you describe that to me?
Yeah. So pretty much I turn the person around, grab their head, boom, straight to the ground. Yeah.
That sounds very aggressive.
It's very aggressive. And then I land with them between my legs and I've got their head right there. Yeah, it's a great move. It looks great on me.
Yeah.
And what can I say? I have the X Factor. So.
There you go. Well, I mean, it was fate. It was fate.
Yeah,
that it was
fated.
So there was no question that was going to be your finishing move.
Oh, no. But we'll see. Things change.
Things do
grow.
change. Absolutely.
But for now, we'll stick with this.
Love it. Love it. So what about entrance music?
I come out to Prima Donna Girl by Marina and the Diamonds. Yeah, I wanted a song that's very princessy. Yeah. I'm very princessy, I'm a
very princessy.
I am, yeah, I think all women should be treated like princesses and deserve princess treatment.
I agree.
Yeah, I just that's a song that truly encompasses Bella Valentine.
I love that. Yeah, it's so interesting, how seriously everybody takes the choosing of their entrance music, or if they change it, there's usually a really big huge reason why. It's like getting a tattoo or something. There's so much meaning to it, right? So was that always the song, or were you waffling between a few different options?
It's kind of like when you're going out on a date and you try on the first outfit and then you try on 10 outfits and then you put the first one back on and you're like, oh, this was the one the whole time.
Right.
That's how it felt like with that song.
Okay.
I was like, this is the song, and then I was like, maybe this one, maybe this one, maybe this one, and then I was like, no, it's that song. It was always that song. What am I doing?
I think that's very true about a lot of that you describe my decision making very much. And just that moment, I'm like, yeah, just go through all options and end up at the first one.
Yeah.
When I'm shopping, I'm like that too. I stop in the first store. I'm like, oh, I like this, but I'm just going to keep shopping around.
Yeah.
You just never know, right? And then you're like, no, that was the thing.
Yeah.
So I just wasted an hour of my life.
That's okay.
No, shopping is
awesome. It's never a waste.
No, you're right. You're right. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, so best advice for anyone thinking about getting into wrestling.
Okay, somebody told me, actually, you know who told me this? Lenny Lilac told me this.
Lenny Lilac?
Yes, the Lenny Lilac told me this. He said, the best ability is availability. So when you get into the wrestling world, be there for every show and do anything. Do hard cam, do ring crew, do merchandise, volunteer, do anything, show up everywhere, get your name out there. And yeah, that's the best ability you can have.
That is actually very true. As a volunteer of 365 myself, I understand
the success story right here.
Well, I don't know. Well, maybe.
Excuse me. Do not do that. No. When you get a compliment and you're told that you're a success story or you're beautiful, you always say, thank you. I know.
Thank you. Thank you. I know. That actually felt good.
Yeah, right? It changes a whole, I'm big on mindset, motivation. And when you just take it in, first off, it'll scare people. They'll go, oh, I didn't I didn't know. But also, you're like, yeah, actually, I do know that about myself.
I like that approach.
Yeah.
I like that approach a lot. I feel like we have given people a lot to chew on tonight in terms of like some really good life
Mm-hmm.
information. Yeah.
Beauty and brains. As I like to say, BIMBO stands for brainy, intelligent, motivated, beautiful overachievers.
There you go.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be a bimbo.
Okay, so what is next for you, Bella Valentine, in terms of wrestling? Do you have another match set up? What's going on? Can you say?
That's what everybody is asking about, and I can't reveal it yet.
Okay,
I
but there
think-
is something. Of course.
You're gonna be so excited when you find out. But
Okay.
maybe I'll tell you after.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
we'll see.
But not on air. 'Cause
But not
this is,
on
like
air yet.
confidential information.
Top secret. You'll just have to follow me on Instagram.
Okay.
Bella_Valentine_ for all the updates on where I'll be next.
Excellent. Yeah, definitely check Bella Valentine social media out. And while you're at it, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Okay, so let's move into some like more personal questions. We have kind of ranged through some personal stuff, but I have a few questions here that are not
Yeah.
necessarily wrestling related.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you're not wrestling?
So I'm a movie fanatic. 2 years ago, I watched 365 movies in 365 days. So a movie a day.
Whoa.
And it was awesome. I love cinema. I love all movies. I love silly action movies. I love romantic comedies. I love horror movies. I love Hallmark movies. I love it all. Like, I love serious movies. I love Oscar movies. I love storytelling and I love cinema. And yeah, I also have worked on some short films before. And I used to compete in Run and Gun, which is an incredible short film festival in Vancouver. You should definitely check out. It is a 24-hour film festival where you have, or 48 hours, you have 48 hours to make a film, a short film.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But it's super fun and
Sounds
it's a
so
super
cool.
cool thing to check out. So I highly suggest it.
Amazing. Well, it sounds like you definitely have a lot going on. So a movie a day though. So how did you pick these movies? Was it just very random? Like
Very random.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like you had like a list instead of
I mean, usually a lot of the time I would go to a bar and I would sit there for a while and just ask somebody at the bar, what's your favorite movie? And a lot of the time you end up with something interesting and sometimes you end up with something very weird and you're like, I hope I never run into that person again. But it's a lot of fun, you know?
No doubt.
Yeah.
That's actually a good approach. That's a good
Yeah.
approach. Where's your hometown?
I am born right here.
In Victoria.
I am from Victoria.
Really?
Yes, so I'm from Victoria, but I lived in Vancouver for 7 years. And then I came back here, and then I spent some time in Oakland, California. And then I've been back here. I travel a ton, so I spend kind of my time between here, Vancouver, and Toronto mostly at this time. But I'm always expanding that.
That's awesome. So you mentioned Ontario. So does that mean that you're doing some wrestling with our 365 out east?
So I actually just had a wonderful time. Lenny and I came out on Friday last week, and we had an absolute joy down in Guelph. It was a ton of fun. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Great.
super fun.
Mhm.
Nice. That I really want to get out to see. I've interviewed a few of those guys.
You should
I would love to
definitely.
go out there and do
Yeah.
like a live thing. That would be so much fun.
That would be incredible.
I
We'll
think
go together.
we should make that happen.
It'll make our first trip.
I love that for us. I love that for us. Okay. So you mentioned you like to travel.
Yes.
So if you could travel anywhere in the world, like right now, you could get a plane ticket to anywhere, where would it be?
New York.
New York.
I like
Okay.
cities. I'm a city gal. I love New York.
Me too.
Yeah, the energy in that city.
And describe unless you see it, are you there? Then you can't really describe it. It's
100%.
yeah,
And there's something happening all the time.
absolutely.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about New York?
Oh, well, this is the theater girl. I love Broadway. I do love Broadway. I love going to Broadway shows. I went when I was 16 and I saw 5 Broadway shows and it was a life-changing experience.
No doubt, no doubt. I love me some Broadway too. We are going to have to take another commercial break though, and I want to keep talking about all this fun stuff, especially in New York. I love New York.
Yeah.
You're gonna stick around?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Plan our second girls trip.
Yeah. All right, and you guys stick around too. We'll be right back with more Karen about wrestling and Bella Valentine. And we are back, everybody. You're watching Karen About Wrestling. I'm Karen the Intern, and my guest tonight is Bella Valentine. You having a good time so far?
Anytime with you is a good time.
Yay! I feel the same way. I'm having a great time chatting with you. Okay, so we're into kind of, chatting about some personal stuff about you and who you are. So do you believe in astrology?
Oh, absolutely.
What sign are you?
Can you guess?
No. I cannot. I mean, I could guess, but I would probably be wrong.
I'm a Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Probably very true, very seductive, very intense people.
Okay.
Very loyal people.
Okay.
Care a lot.
Yeah.
Big hearts.
Yes.
What about you? What's your astrology sign?
Virgo.
I love Virgos.
My birthday is September 9th, and in North America, that is the most popular or common birthday. A lot of people getting down at Christmas time.
Crazy.
I know, right?
I love that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know.
Most common day, but you're the star. My favorite person born that day.
Oh, you're so sweet. That's
I know.
good. Okay, so you do believe in astrology. That's great. What about the scariest thing you've ever done in your life?
Ooh, the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. I mean, honestly, like probably when I was 17, I graduated high school, and 1 week later, I took off to Vancouver with $300 in my pocket, and I had no idea how I was gonna continue on from there. I just said, I gotta get out of Victoria. I need to go on an adventure. And I made it work, and it was terrifying. I was 17. I had no apartment, I had no plans, I had no job to start off, but I figured it out. And honestly, like that was the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was also the most rewarding. And I think that's take big risks, get big rewards.
So true. So true. I moved to Victoria a couple of years ago from Alberta.
Yeah.
2.5 years ago. Biggest risk I've ever taken in my life. Left everything behind. Came all here all by myself. And so I have a lot of respect for that. Now, mind you, I was significantly older than 17 when that happened, just, in case you were wondering. But, still, it's like, what you said, though, that resonated with me is like big risk, big reward, right? Like there's a connection there. You have to be willing to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, how do you feel about capybaras?
Love them. Has anyone ever said no to that question? Because block them, ban them, never see them again. Yeah. Who doesn't like them? To be honest, I am famously known that I love little guys, and capybaras are little guys.
They are.
So little guys, also some other little guys, just for context. Gizmo from Gremlins, little guy.
Yes.
I have a lot of stuffed animals. I just love being a little guy.
Yeah. And capybaras are just the cutest.
Yeah.
I was just in the San Diego Zoo and I got to see some capybaras when I was there. It was so lovely.
I love that.
I know, right? So, I'm glad that you feel that way about capybaras because that's very important. It tells a lot about a person, how they feel about capybaras. I feel like you could judge a person's character.
Yeah.
Right?
If you don't like capybaras, that's very scary and frightening.
It
You
is.
should get some professional help.
You should 100%. And also check out Tupi, who is the baby capybara at the San Antonio Zoo. It's like Moodang, but in capybara form.
I will immediately.
Yes. Well, not right now.
Yeah.
We've actually got a lightning round to deal with.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad it's a lightning round because I need to go and check this guy out.
Check this guy out. 100%. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
Optimist or pessimist?
Optimist.
Favorite board game?
Favorite board game? Yahtzee.
Oh, love it. Coffee or tea?
Depends on the day.
Okay. Favorite snack food?
Ooh, chocolate covered peanuts.
Love that. Favorite smell?
Favorite smell? My perfume.
You do smell very good. Favorite color?
Pink.
Pink, yes, of course. Favorite animal?
Oh, sloths.
Yes.
I love them. They're so great. I used to cry when I watched videos of them. I love them. It's just really great.
They're just very relaxed. I love that about them. Apples or bananas?
Apples.
Cilantro, yes or no?
Yes.
Texting or talking?
Talking. I'm a phone caller for sure. I'm chatting on the phone 100% of the time. I'm famously known by my friends that when you become a new friend of mine, I'll call you and everyone's like, "Why are you calling me? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I just wanted to see how you were." I am also extremely impatient and I can't wait for you to text back. So I'm like, "Hi, I need my answer now."
Just right to the chase.
Yeah, let's get
I
that.
like that. Okay. Okay. Favorite day of the week?
Friday.
Love that. Last song you downloaded?
I don't know. I download a lot of songs.
A song you downloaded?
A song I downloaded. I downloaded the new Bruno Mars song and it's not good, but that's okay.
That's okay. Can't win them all. Invisibility or super strength?
Super strength.
Favorite kind of soup?
Favorite kind of what is it? Yam.
Yam soup. Okay, that sounds very filling.
Mm-hmm.
Ask permission or beg forgiveness?
Beg for forgiveness.
Yes, I got a girl. Favorite holiday?
Ooh, Valentine's Day.
Of course, of course. First celebrity crush?
Oh, first celebrity crush. You're gonna laugh. Andre the Giant was my first celebrity crush, specifically from The Princess Bride, because he was like such a big man, but he was so
sweet.
Just
Yes.
hard.
He caught her when she fell.
Yeah.
That's so cute. Okay, cake or pie?
Oh, pie.
Pie. And favorite number?
Ooh, favorite number? 12.
12. Excellent. That brings us to the end of our very first lightning round with those questions. You guys, that was exciting. You did very well. We got through all 20 questions. Yeah.
Great.
To remind the folks out in YouTube land about your socials one more time.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram, Bella_Valentine_. I'd love to see you. Love to hear from you. Love y'all.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a absolutely lovely time having you.
Thank you. And next time we'll have tea or something, or maybe it doesn't have to be like that.
Maybe it doesn't. Who knows? All right. On that note, thank you again so much, Bella Valentine, and thank you all for joining us. You've been watching Karen About Wrestling. See you next time.